It's Friday, baby dolls, and I am your host, Flame, and today we will talk about news and why we can relate to a disappointed parent. Next content patch, Tides of Vengeance, has been announced with its glorious features that some of us think should have been in the game at launch. Pirates Day came along and plundered our hearts and our wallets. Elemental Shamans are receiving their love in an announcement fashion. Method was the first to kill Mythic Gahun, while the Alliance was busy with Warfront scenario. Welcome, you beautiful bastards, to On Cooldown, the show where we report on everything your boyfriend has been doing while not attending to you that much. And let's be honest, it's not like you have a weekly reset, right? Oh, I'm kidding. Everyone that watches this show is probably a virgin or doesn't have enough money not to be. But jokes aside, we need to be serious a little bit because things have happened in the last few days. Things that might have caused some of you to go, "Hey, what the fuck?" So before everyone gets fired up, let's start with the easy stuff. And by easy I mean fucking hell, how much time and effort and lack of sex did Method put into getting world first Gahun? The race for the kill has been interesting, with them losing a few bosses to the guild limit and in the end taking the head of the beast while live streaming. Really props to them. I do feel a bit that it only took them less than 2 weeks to do it since the Mythic release. But it's not like I'll be able to kill Mythic Gahun until the next expansion anyway. On a less exciting note, Battle for Stormguard is live for Alliance and you need 320 eye level to enter, but get the guaranteed loot of 370 eye level with the random 340 drops at the end of each scenario. We are not going to go into the much debated by others already Horde favor bias with a 320 item level because the topic has been addressed magnificently by Taliesin and Evitil, but I will say this, I don't care because I got my gear before the nerf. That, and I stand by what I said last week, getting all that loot so quickly, although cool cause loot, it did evaluate most of the content of the expansion currently out and it made the reward feel actually unrewarding. I didn't feel like I was playing a role-playing game anymore and more of a Diablo-esque action RPG where loot flies everywhere. In hindsight, I wish a little, just a little bit, that it would have been gated behind the 320 item level. But at least announced beforehand, so if I planned to gear myself before the release, I could at least work towards getting that minimum requirement instead of staying lazily on my ass expecting fat loot to fall on my lap. I did take advantage and geared an alt, and this is an alt I tell you, I felt absolutely no need to do it in my main since it would have been a waste of time. But if you think my opinion is biased, then the obvious course of action is for me to show you this and win your hearts. Moving on to more shocking updates, electrifying some would say. We finally have a glimpse on Blizzard's new call to action, make Elemental Shamans do more damage than Restoration Shamans again. Which in all honesty is pretty fair. They've named it Tides of Vengeance? Oh, alright. Among the changes we will see is Lightning Bolts. What do you mean what is Lightning Bolts? Oh, you forgot about it? Oh, it used to represent Shamans? Well, I can't really blame you since Blizzard has stated themselves, and I quote, Elemental Shamans is the only lightning-based spellcaster. However, over time, Lightning Bolt has gone from being a significant portion of your total damage to one of your least damaging abilities. Least damaging ability? I would say the promise of damage out of casting Lightning Bolt holds as much substantial credibility as Trump's intention of keeping Americans employed by walling off their biggest source of workforce. But just how Blizzard has walled off Shamans from doing any type of relevant content, they are breaking down the wall with these changes. Not now though. Blizzard promises these changes will come in the next big patch and it will make all Shamans happy and feel their pet level damage will finally outshine that of prot warrior AoE. No, it won't. Remember the time when I said Shamans have very low damage output because of bad class design or lack thereof? Or the time when Blizzard admitted they need to spice up their content a little more to be interesting and fun to do all of this being implemented in the future. Well, that future was definitely not on Pirates Day when they graciously put our hearts at ease knowing they will spend their precious time doing all they said they would by adding an amazing mount. Oh my god, this shit is so cool! It's a flying freaking pirate ship that cannot walk on water because flying pirate ships cannot stay afloat. Oh, and it's a store mount, rewarded for buying 180 days worth of sub. I for one will be playing the game for the next 180 days or more, as long as YouTube will still be a better career than being a lawyer or a doctor, as my parents keep reminding me. So I would hop on the opportunity to get this flying freaking pirate ship that cannot walk on water because flying freaking pirate ships cannot stay afloat. Except for one little detail, it's not what the game needs. Or at least that's what I've been told. I don't know, I like farming world quests and island expeditions. With Blizzard's current PR state, I would have postponed this until a definitive fix to most of the problems they have admitted would have been patched into the game. The mod itself is amazing, and it definitely looks like something they had in the works for a while and planned to release it with Pirates Day. Was it too soon? Will it actually save sub numbers and provide Blizzard with that extra income to help them put more numbers into lightning bolts? Who knows, but I really need someone to come over to my house and steal my credit card because I feel bad decisions creeping. In case you missed the Reddit Ask Me Anything with Ian and the questions he answered, we here at Marcelian&Flame have made it our creed to read through the arduously mediocre length of the Reddit post and summarize what was discussed in a professional manner befitting such as yourself, the viewer. Azerite traits will be changed, shit traits will be taken out, existing traits buffed to be competitive with the few you've seen in your class guides across the internet. So rest in peace content creators, better get scripts going to update your shit. Shaman class balance, we already went through this, not sure why it's still in the script, probably because of an important objective reason like me wanting to play Shaman this expansion and I didn't want to be a DPS as a resto. Island expeditions will have more variety in future iterations, and current ones will have increased drop rates for those sweet jelly mounts, which I have. You jelly? There was talk about mob spawns and density without getting every little fucker aggroing on you. Seriously, can't even take a piss in this place. Something boss in raids, being bugged and fixed without an announcement and fucking up guilds in the world first race, something. Warfront, is time getting them good? Should we have known how the time gating works? Well, yeah. I don't mind them being time gated, but for a limited availability type of content, it would be nice to know how it functions to better prepare for it. Mythic plus rewards make it hard to target Azerite gear or specific items. I actually agree with some of what Ian said. M plus is a source of potential infinite loot, limited only by your time to play, then being so able to target specific items such as Azerite gear would make raids irrelevant. Okay, video is getting a little bit long. Do I need to talk about this? Simulations and gear upgrades for Azerite traits? How do we properly figure out what to choose? Nah, people don't care about gear. Their intent is to make the power gap between traits as small as possible and make it obvious which one you need for the type of content. Okay, so just more balancing. Like, what's new? What else? Time gating, I don't even know what that means. Alt and rep. Reps will be reps, but there will be some catch up for stuff like Champions of Azeroth. Okay, fair enough. Holy fuck, I didn't think there will be this much more to talk about. Shit. Alright, I can do this. Professions will have more usage for hydrocores and sanguicells to actually craft stuff. My Touch of Karma DPS cooldown will be fixed. Fuck. Paragon rep will be back with goodies like in Legion. Have fun, you insane rep farmers. Rep mounts, shit for Alliance. Fuck Alliance, who cares? Blizz does. You have a B mount, congratulations. Apologies, apologies, apologies. Done! Finally, I can go take a leak. And we are back with the obligatory get the community involved in the comments to make the video appease the YouTube algorithm gods. And we are back, and I really want to know what you guys think about last week. Did you buy the mount? If so, please server transfer from Draenor. I'm already questioning this whole paying the rent ploy. Have you started playing your shaman again? Why? And with this we are closing off this week. All in all, Blizzard is painfully aware of the state of the game, and I honestly still think it will be better in the future with these intense community interactions and maybe fewer flying freaking pirate ships that cannot walk on water because flying freaking pirate ships cannot stay afloat.